The next session features Southern Illinois Salukis, Coach Nick Hill, DJ Williams, quarterback. And Coach, just a quick opening statement about camp getting ready to start next week and your prospects on the season. Open for questions in here and questions on.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, appreciate all you guys being here. Excited to be here. Excited to have the two guys that are with us, DJ and Colin. I think it's cool. We brought this up in our coaches meeting that having an in-person media day, really the experience for these guys is something I always remember going with Coach Kill to these things. But yeah, the season's here. We start camp a week from tomorrow, report to camp. And so excited about the year. Everybody, you watch them. I tell our guys this in team meeting, I think it was last week, it's media days. Everybody feels good. Everybody's had a good summer. Everybody's had a good off season. Everybody's excited, and we are as well. But we understand the work that it's going to take to go through a 12-game season like that we have. So I think our focus right now is finishing up this summer, those last couple of workouts we have, and then having the best training camp that we possibly can have, the right amount of reps, the competition to build this team. You probably more than in past. We've got a lot of guys that we've never coached in pads before. We have got a lot of them for spring ball, but an opportunity. I think these 25 practices in August, you really find out what kind of team you have. And so I'm excited to get to the ball all day, every day, and get to training camp. And there's just something about this time of year that you can just kind of feel inside of it if you're a football guy. And the time is now.
Let's start with the first question. Craig Hale, if you unmute yourself and ask your question, if the technology works, we'll be able to hear you.
Yes, thanks, Mike. Coach Hale, appreciate your time. Given all your success as a program against FBS programs, can you kind of reflect on that, the importance of the wins, what kind of similar steps you've taken from year to year in that approach? And maybe looking ahead, will the House settlement have any kind of an impact on FCS versus FBS games?
Yeah, appreciate the question, Craig. Appreciate all you do for FCS football. Yeah, I mean, we've had, I think, 3 wins against FBS schools, and I don't know if it'll change. I would say in those years that those weren't the best teams that we played. I think they came from our conference. I think our team would tell you that. Obviously, they were good football teams and big wins for us, but I think we have respect for this conference to know that probably isn't going to be your toughest game. Going to Purdue this year, this year being the first real year, there's been NIL but the rev share. Obviously, we're playing a Big Ten school. From everybody there is making more money, and they have their hand pick at players that we wouldn't be able to go and get. And I'm excited to go play that game. I know he will. I would say he's going to be one of the most talented players on the field that day. And so we're excited to go play. I can't tell you pinpoint one thing other than just the mindset has been there that we're going to go and try to win the game. It's not that we're going to go and play everybody. I even hear that from some of our administration. Like, let's not get anybody hurt. Let's get on to the next game. I remember Tim, our AD, was like that at Northwestern, and then we won the game. So I think the mindset in the locker room is we're going up there to compete and play the best game that we can.
Thank you, Coach.
Questions from the room?
Coach Hill, I'll actually kind of piggyback off that a little bit. DJ, you're certainly free to weigh in as well. Last year, your season kind of really got derailed by injuries. I think that's safe to say. I don't know if you'd agree or not, but that's what it seemed like from the outside. Sorry, Alex came from that would illustrate.
Yeah.
Don't know if I introduced myself or not. Some of that's certainly football. Those things happen. They're out of your control. Is there anything extra precaution-wise you're taking, either training room, training table, stretching, things like that, to maybe keep everyone upright this year?
I think we've, our strength coach, Meat Smith, does a great job with these guys. He's been there the entire time that I have been. And so, yeah, football is a physical game, and you're going to have injuries. We'll have injuries on our team this year. I think when you look back at like his play, that's probably one of just a routine freak deal. Put his hand out Nobody knows he was injured. It wasn't a big hit. There wasn't anything that you could stretch out or do anything for a broken hand. And so those things are going to happen. And they'll probably happen on our team and everybody else's team here this year. You got to build a team that can withstand those. When they come in waves in certain areas, and probably both of these guys would have been here at Media Days last year if we had them. They didn't play one Missouri Valley game for us last year, and we've had multiple guys like that. Schwindeman, our tight end, who I think will be really good. Same thing, no Missouri Valley games last year. So we have a crew of guys that were here on our team that didn't play, and so that was an excuse. I still feel like you got to learn. I think reflecting back since 2000, it took over in 2016. This will be year 10. Since 2018, our first 3 years we had losing seasons, and in 2019, won 5 games in a row in the Missouri Valley, and and then we've been to the playoffs several times, but we haven't had back-to-back losing seasons since 2018, and I think. So you got to really dive deep and look in the mirror and what do we have to do to make sure that doesn't happen again. And I think up to this point we've done that with this group, but time will tell.
Coach Sam Herder with Hero Sports. The Valley has routinely been atop the FCS, and with this new kind of era of college football that's upon us, what does the conference and its members need to do to, I guess, keep on pushing the envelope to make sure you're staying at the top of the FCS?
Yeah, I think that's a question for the administrators. We would all probably, last night it was nice to go to dinner with all the coaches and just hang out. All good guys, a lot of respect for everybody in the league, and it's cool to be able to just always talking about their season. We're just talking about life and family and everybody. And so I think we would probably have a different mindset if we could choose. I also understand too, there's a responsibility for your school. So if you're a chancellor or if you're an athletic director, it's a tough times right now to figure all this out, and there's not a lot of revenue at mid-major sports to go around. You're not in, a big surplus. So how much do you want to go in debt and all of those things? And so I've always been like that. I'm not going to complain about any of that. We've always had lower budgets and things like that about where we're at. So we're just going to put our head down and what we have, we're going to go to work, and we're going to try to create a place that guys in that year can become the best player that they can. And so, but yeah, I think that schools individually have to kind of look at, how are we going to keep up? I think there's always all this things changing pretty quick. And so you have to be proactive. You have to be thinking in the future, 2-3 years from now, so you don't get left behind per se. But yeah, I think that the administrators have more of a say than we do as coaches.
Yeah, you've been around FCS a while. Any advice for all these new schools coming in the FCS?
Well, I think it's such a great level of football. I think that it's still pretty pure football. The guys that we get to coach, the talent level is there. Like I said, and then for our league, I think our league gets a lot of respect. But if you, like I said, playing FBS schools, or there's 3 or 4 games on your schedule that are probably going to be tougher than that. Just the great coaching that is in this league, the disciplineness of that, just watching it on tape, and then the players, the talent level is pretty extraordinary. So, to be able to make a run in the playoffs, you're going to have a really, really good football team. You're going to have to develop that way, and I think people find that out. That 73 out of the 4 teams were in the Final Four from our league last year, just to sustain that and do that. And I feel like we're still chasing that some. Not put together 2-3 really good games, but to be able to sustain it for 14, 15 games, it takes a special team.
DJ, with your injury last year, obviously disappointing. You're going through the rehab process, not being able to be on the field. What'd you do in your first year in the league to try to understand what this league is about without being on the field to better prepare yourself for this season?
So my actual first year was at Murray in the league. So I played that full season. But the league is tough. Like Coach Hill said, day in and day out, week in and week out, you got a chance of getting beat. regardless. If you don't come to play, you got a chance to get being beat. And that was the big thing when I hit the transfer portal and come to. I didn't have any big offers, but Coach Hill gave me a great opportunity and took me out of a tough situation that I was in, and gave me new life. And to play in the best conference in the FCS, to show that you're the best player in the country is pretty much what he did. And I can't thank that enough. You going in, it's like playing in the SEC and college football playoffs and stuff like that. You got a chance to go out there and prove if you're the best or not.
DJ Luke Randall from KVS. Going off that, at Murray State, you had a season-ending injury as well, but it was very different. Talk about, your recovery, your fitness going into this year.
I feel great. Probably the best I've ever felt. Everybody's gonna tell you that. Every player gonna tell you they feel great going into the season. But honestly, I feel great. The injury at Murray I couldn't walk for 3 months. With this hand, I was back throwing by the time the end of the season came around. And once the offseason came, there wasn't no restrictions. So I got back straight to work, told Coach Hill I was going back home. And the first thing I did when I got home was went to go throw. And that's pretty much how I'm wired to just go put in the work. So feeling great about the season, feeling great about what's coming up next.
DJ, kind of piggybacking off the injury, such a good start last year and abruptly ends just like that. How much extra motivation is there for you to hit the ground running early this year and really have a full season and show what you can do?
It's always there, honestly. Me and Coach Hill talk about it a lot. After the season, he sat me down and told me his expectations for me. And it was great for him to have the same expectations I had, and that was to be the best player in the country. And I feel like you guys saw it last year, the first couple games. BYU didn't play my best ball, and people said I played pretty good. And then Austin Peay definitely didn't play my best ball, and people said I played pretty good. UIW, I was moving towards the right direction. Got settled into the offense, got settled in with Coach Hill, with the play calling and stuff like that. So, it's just time to go show it now. Honestly, I'm really motivated. I see all the lists coming out, and that's like just more fuel to the fire. Honestly, I love it. Love the preseason and stuff but everybody got to go prove it now. You got to go show me better than me.
Pause for a second, see if there's any questions from the external audience. For those joining us externally, if you have a question, just unmute and fire away.
Hi, Coach. Hi, DJ. This is Barry from PrairieStatePigskin.com. Coach, I wanted to ask you, you've taken on the OC role this year, and how has that impacted your day and your schedule? And for DJ, how has Coach taking over that role impacted your relationship and also your ability to kind of grow in this offense?
Yeah, for me, like when I took over, I've done that for 5-6 years, and then Coach Rowland was with us for 5 years as the quarterback coach. And then he got an opportunity at Wisconsin. And so I just felt like for a couple different reasons. Number one, I have a lot more fun doing it that way. Sometimes when you become the head coach and you just start delegating everything, it's like, man, I want to get back and be in the quarterback room and have my hand, on it. And so hired a young quarterback coach, Ryan McVicker, who student taught for us and GA'd for us and last year. So this is his 8th season with us. He does an unbelievable job of keeping me organized and things like that. But for the opportunity, and probably a lot had to do with it was DJ, like I told him, like obviously Blake was leaving, the transfer portal was open. There could be some, nervousness, like who are you bringing in, new system or anything like that. I think he was the first person I called once I got done talking to Coach Rowland that I'm going to be the one doing it. You don't have to worry about new coach or anything like that. And so I think that had a big hand to play in being able to, I've said this, we've had some really good quarterbacks and obviously Nick Baker was fun to coach and each year is, different teams, but I wanted an opportunity to coach this guy because I think that his skill set is and talent is, and just the person. We have a great quarterback room. I think that says a lot about who he is, and that's what's cool about bringing him up here so people can get to know him, his smile, his personality. You got to see him at the camp that you came to, putting on a free camp on the south side of Chicago. Like people gravitate to him, and I'm excited to be in there with him.
For me, Barry, thank you for all that you do for the Illinois sports and FCS sports. But the relationship with me and Coach Hill, I tell people this all the time, is I love him to death. Like, not just because he's sitting right here, but I tell people this all the time. I told you this in our interview. He gave me a chance to take over a team when I'm coming off a 2-9 season as a starting quarterback. And not too many people would take a chance on a kid like me. And through it all, we played him. He beat us. And he still saw my talents. I didn't even play my best game against him. And as soon as I got with him, talked to him, Coach Hill really just gave me the chance of a lifetime, honestly. I love him to death for that. He brought me out of a tough spot where I didn't have too much confidence in myself. I wasn't the same person I was going into my Murray State years. Leaving there, I was going through it, honestly. It wasn't the same person, didn't have the same smile playing the game. Honestly, he gave me that joy back, instilled that confidence back in me. He sent me the first message he sent me after I committed was the Jaden Daniels Heisman video. Him winning the Heisman, him transferring from Arizona State to LSU and winning the Heisman. That was the first video he sent me, and I mean that says a lot about how he felt about me and the things that I could do there. So I just can't thank him enough. Our relationship when he gets in a room with me is just even better now. I get to talk to him every day, bounce ideas off of him, and he listens to me. So that's the best thing about being around him.
Gentlemen, we reached our time limit. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Get you to the next station.
Appreciate it.